at the moment is difficult. Breaking news in the last 15 minutes, this line from Vladimir Putin of Russia. To buy Russian gas, they need to open ruble accounts in Russian banks. It is from those accounts that gas will be paid for starting April 1st. If such payments aren't made, we will consider this a failure by the client to comply with obligations.
Currency news out of Moscow, as Russian President Vladimir Putin has taken steps to shore up the Russian ruble. To stop a slide in the value of Russia's domestic currency, Putin just announced that he had, quote, taken a decision to switch to ruble payments from our natural gas supplies to the so-called hostile states. This means that countries currently buying natural gas from Russia that Putin deems hostile, primarily EU countries, will have to pay for the natural gas in rubles, not in euros, as most currently do.
Ministers of the G7 countries have rejected Russia's demand to pay for Russian gas in rubles. Germany, which now chairs the G7, says Russia's demand is a unilateral and clear breach of existing contracts. In an interview on Monday, when asked if gas would be turned off for non-payers, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said, "No payment, no gas." He says Russia has not yet decided how to respond if European countries refuse to pay in rubles.
This whole collapse is going to accelerate. It's going to be like going straight down on a roller coaster. And a lot of people aren't wearing their seatbelts, and they're going to fly off this roller coaster. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I just came across this article on The Hedge about an hour ago, and I'm sure this is going across the internet right now. Gazprom halts gas shipments to Europe via critical pipeline. What does this mean? This is big, big trouble for Europe. This could really set off financial chaos in Europe, energy shortages and energy crisis. They will be forced to source their energy from somewhere else, and they're going to pay a lot more to do it. This also is going to be very good news for countries like China and India, who don't mind buying Russian oil in rubles. Russia just came out and said, if you want to buy our oil, you're going to buy it in rubles, or we're shutting it off. And that's what they just did to Europe, apparently, according to this article on The Hedge. Going to be great news for any country who doesn't mind buying discounted Russian oil in rubles. And I believe we're going to see more and more countries step up and do this. And this is going to be a very harsh consequence to us and to the US dollar. And we're going to, right now, watching the process of the US dollar beginning to be phased out. This is just the beginning of the end for the US dollar. How long it takes, don't know. But we're watching history now being taken place, and we're watching a real threat to the world reserve currency we call the US dollar, a real competitor as Russia, China, India, the BRICS nations, all now looking for ways to get around the dollar. They're going to phase it out, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of the world is going to jump on board. So be prepared, because America will feel it the most. Our standard of living is going to fall the most. And most people right here in the US are completely unprepared and absolutely naive. Don't even know. Let's just face it. Most people have no idea what's going on, and they could care less, but they're going to care at some point. CNBC, over a third of Americans plan to spend their tax refund right away. And what are they going to spend it on? They're going to spend it on paying their bills. 31% said it will go right to rent, to medical bills, or debt. 15% said it's going to go to gas, groceries, and essentials. We are living in a whole different world, ladies and gentlemen, a whole different world. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine